Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein testified before the House Judiciary Committee Wednesday, where he defended Special Counsel Robert Mueller. His visit to the Hill comes a day after the Department of Justice released hundreds of text messages between former Special Counsel investigator Peter Strzok and a colleague, Lisa Page. CBS News Justice reporter Paula Reed has more. And so, Paula, what were some of the highlights from Thursday's hearing?
The biggest question everyone had was about Special Counsel Robert Mueller and his job security. People wanted to know. Rod Rosenstein is the only man with the power to actually fire the Special Counsel. People wanted to know if he had any intention of doing that. And Elaine, he made it clear he has seen no reason that he would need to remove Robert Mueller. He also says that no one, really the president, has suggested that he fire Robert Mueller, and he pushed back against a lot of these GOP attacks on the integrity of the special counsel. He said, look, you'd be hard-pressed to find anyone better suited or with better integrity to carry out this kind of investigation, and seemed to imply that if you were going to try to suggest that Robert Mueller be fired without good cause, you'd have to fire Rod Rosenstein first.
Well, what more have we learned, Paula, about how Peter Strzok's text messages came to light, and what impact might they have on the Russia investigation?
The text messages were discovered by the Department of Justice's Office of Inspector General. That's the internal watchdog for the Justice Department, and he is investigating how the Justice Department and the FBI handled certain matters related to the 2016 campaign. So that's how these came to light. Robert Mueller was informed of these text messages, and as a result, he dismissed Peter Strzok from the investigation. Strzok is now working at the FBI's Human Resources Department. In terms of how this will impact the special counsel probe going forward, Elaine, I think Republicans will continue to point to this and ask questions about whether or not there is any bias in this probe. But I think ultimately, this is really on the two people who are exchanging these text messages. The general counsel at the FBI has been clear. Don't text things like this. Don't text political opinions or things you don't want to wind up in the New York Times, because it's all discoverable in investigations.
Well, the Justice Department Inspector General's office has said its investigators are looking into the text between Strzok and Page, as well as the handling of the Clinton email investigation. Rod Rosenstein noted the Inspector General's report in his testimony. What more can you tell us about that?
This is a long-awaited report, because this is going to be the post-mortem, not only on how the Hillary Clinton email matter was investigated, but on how former FBI Director Comey handled that investigation, specifically his announcements about the choosing not to file charges, also about the additional emails that were discovered on one of Huma Abedin's laptops. They're also going to look at some of the top FBI officials, some ties that they had to Clinton donors, and whether or not that should have been handled differently. I mean, they were really going to dig deep into one of the most difficult, controversial cases the FBI has ever handled and parse out all of the decisions that were made. And Strzok just sort of adds to the complication here. So this will be a very interesting report, Elaine. And right now it was expected by the end of this year. Now it's expected to be completed by around April.
All right, Paula Reed in Washington for us. Paula, thank you.